Hey, now in this video I'm going to be sharing with you what you should be doing every single time you're writing a song. How should you approach the songwriting process to allow you to write a better song that's going to attract more listeners, and therefore you're going to have a more successful song. Because a lot of the time songwriting can be challenging, it can be difficult, because we have 101 different directions that we can turn when writing a song. We can come up with loads of different lyric ideas, different structures, different chords. So sometimes it can be overwhelming. So we're going to take some of that overwhelm off you, and we're going to look at some of the key things that you should focus your attention on when writing a song. Now, my name's Danny Boyle. I'm the founder of Songwriters International. If you're a songwriter who wants to improve their craft, their lyrics, their melodies, everything songwriting, then you're in the right place. I've also put together a completely free training below this video in the description, where I walk you through my entire songwriting process to writing great songs, but also then pitching them to global artists. Now, let's get into this. Now, one of the biggest things that I want to share with you and suggest that you should be doing when songwriting to simplify the process is eliminate too many moving parts. And this is really, really important. What do I mean by that? Well, if we look at the songwriting process, we have lyrics, melody, structure, chord progressions, rhyme, production, mixing, mastering, all of that process as well later down the line. And that's why a lot of the time it can be overwhelming. So we just eliminated the things that are important but actually aren't going to make the biggest difference. Now, I want to take a look at structure. And in 2024, structure can be very, very simple, and we can eliminate many moving parts. For most of the songs that you're writing, you should be following a similar structure. Anyway, now regardless of genre, unless you're writing folk music, that's the only exception. But if you're writing every other genre, you can follow what I'm going to share with you. Your song needs a verse and a chorus as a bare minimum. Okay, you want a verse that tells the story, you want a chorus that clarifies the whole storyline. They're two key parts that you're going to need. Now, I want to take you through my preferred structure, and a structure that is so simple that you only have to write 50% of the song. And that structure looks like this. We start with a verse, we then move into a pre-chorus, we then move into a chorus, and then we repeat all of that again. So we go into a verse 2, we then go into a pre-chorus, we go into a chorus, and then we can finish off with a pre-chorus and then maybe a double chorus at the end, right? It can be as simple as that. So this structure in particular means you're only writing about 50%, because you're only writing 4 parts of a song. You're writing a verse, 1, a pre-chorus that you're going to repeat, a chorus that you're going to repeat, and then you've got to write a verse 2. So that in its simplest form is going to eliminate many moving parts. And as they say, don't fix something that isn't broken. And I would encourage you to go ahead and focus your attention on the story, the point of the song, and then putting that into a simple song structure, like a verse, pre-chorus, and a chorus that does everything that you need it to do. Your songs in 2024 do not have to be verse 3s and 4s and 5s, and then putting in post-choruses that have then a bridge later on in the song, because all we'll end up doing is overcomplicating the song, adding unnecessary things that don't have to be there. And you should be asking yourself as a songwriter, when you're putting in, let's say, a verse 3 or a verse 4 or whatever it might be you're doing, does my song need this? And take a 40,000 foot view of the song and just look, is the story being told in its shortest format? If you can tell that story in 3 minutes, tell that story. Do it and simplify it. It doesn't have to be any longer. Now, another thing that you should be doing when writing a song, and specifically the chorus, your chorus should be 1 minute or less, okay, in terms of time that it comes in. Your listener should be introduced to that chorus within 1 minute. If it's any longer, you're already delaying it too long. Again, I keep coming back to 2024, right? But the world that we live in today, there's up to 40 to 50,000 songs a day on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. So music is consumed wildly by a lot of people. And one thing we have to factor in is that the chorus should arguably be the best part of your song. So I would encourage you to again ask yourself when you're writing the song, if your chorus is coming in after 1 minute, say to yourself, why are you waiting for the best part of your song to come in at a later stage? Why are you keeping the listener waiting? Right? Because we live in a world where everything is just so fast paced. If you want to order something online, what do? You go on your phone, you order it for next day delivery, and it's at your home. You want to go somewhere, let's say you were going to a restaurant, to give an analogy. Would you like to be waiting 10 or 20, 30 minutes outside? No, you wouldn't, right? So why are you doing the same to your listeners, to the best part of your song? Imagine them queuing up and just waiting and waiting and waiting to come in to the song, which is the best part, right? Now, of course, you can solidify it with a good verse and all of that stuff, but you shouldn't be making them wait any longer than 1 minute, because if you are, then there's a good chance you're going to lose that listener. You also must, as songwriters, understand the difference between a verse and a chorus. We've just gone through the chorus in terms of timing, but what does each part do? What is each part trying to deliver? Well, the story, the specifics, the very fine details are going to be in the verse. And the chorus is going to have a broader meaning, a broader message, a broader lyric, right? So if we want to get super specific with something, we're going to say it typically in the verse. Now, this isn't always the case, but I would go to say 9 times out of 10, it will be. So if you want to get specific and tell and set the scene to the listener, then do it in that verse. Then in the chorus, we can use a broader topic and message. Now, I want to give a very basic example of this so you can actually see it in practice. Let's say we were writing a song, okay? And the song is just a heartbreak, right? A very simple idea to follow. So let's say a relationship has come to an end, okay? So 2 people have broken up, and one of the persons in the relationship is heartbroken. They're lost without that other person, okay? Let's just say I'm lost without this other person, okay? Who you have lost in the context of the relationship. So let's say verse 1 is possibly talking about all the things that you might miss, okay? So you start there. Now in that verse, you would be detailing very specific things. For example, things like the 9 a.m. kiss on the head, right? It's a very specific thing. Or maybe you miss how they would make you a coffee in the morning with 2 sugars. So 2 sugars in the morning as I wake, right? We're just getting in the very specifics, okay? The what, the how, the who, all of that stuff, right? So you would, in this song, in the verse, if we were saying what it is we miss, we can get super specific. We can say time frames. We can say what it was that we missed, that they would make us a coffee in the morning. Or it would be the 6 p.m. turn of the key in the door, which resembles them coming home from work and walking into the house. But rather than saying it like that, saying at 6 p.m. you'd come home, we get specific. We say the turn of the key, opening the door, the bang, like the loudness. We can actually start to pick out that lyric to be a little bit stronger. But in the chorus, to contrast that, so we're going very specific and detailed in the verse. In the chorus, then we can go broader in the lyric. And we can say something like, I miss you, I'm so lost without you, I need you. Right? You should be able to see the difference. One section of our song is supposed to be more detailed and to set the scene and tell a story. And the chorus is meant to and designed to have that sing-along feel. So if we start getting super specific and start saying 9 a.m. cups of coffee or 6 p.m. turn of the key in the door in a chorus, it doesn't sing as well as I need you, I want you back, right? Which is just far easier to create a good hook around. Now, of course, you can expand that lyric and make it a little bit stronger, but you should be having that simplicity in the chorus and a bit more complexity in the verse. So go ahead and implement this into your songwriting. These are some of the key things that I want you to focus your attention on when songwriting. If you want more of these and more of the steps and strategies that I use when writing a song, then I've got the training in the description below where I can walk you further through some of the steps and strategies that I use to write songs to a very, very high standard. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, drop a like for any other content that you'd like to see, and I will see you over on another video.